Welcome back. What are we doing today? So I am teaching a class called Paper Paint Play, a fall journal, and we're going to be working on some jelly printing. So I have been having a few studio sessions making some jelly prints and looking at different colors. And so I've chosen a color palette that I really like and have worked with before. And so I'm going to be using that same color palette to make a kind of swatch library of jelly prints, or a jelly printing color library of sorts. You know, I love swatching colors and just experimenting with different combinations and tints and shades, and so that's what I've been doing. So today's session is going to be just that, just exploring some color on jelly prints based off of this new season of making and the coming fall. And yeah, so let's take a little quick walk and then grab a coffee and get to some jelly printing. So I feel so lucky that I have a trail very close to my house and I get to walk Charlie every morning. And this particular day I was kind of looking to see if I could find some fall treasures. It's still a little bit early around here in terms of like changing colors and stuff, because it's still warm in North Carolina. Warmish, and I did find a few things. I love the colors here, which also mimic the color of these eggs that one of my students shared with the class. She has like 16 hens or something like that, and so that'll be my inspiration for my jelly plates today. And I always have my coffee and then head to the studio where there's lots of organized chaos, because I am teaching and then also doing my own work. I have my papers ready, I have my color palette ready, and my inspiration, which will be the leaves that I collected and those eggs that I shared that were gifted to me by one of my students. And I will start by putting down just color straight from the tube, and later on just mixing them on a palette. And as you watch, you'll notice that I will pick up color from that palette. Whatever is left over, I just keep adding on to that. So whether it's just another color or whether I'm creating a tint by adding that parchment color, or you know, something white, or I'll add a complement so that I can darken it a bit, and I just keep kind of mixing whatever is left on the palette into the next color. And you know, it's very easy to get carried away doing this. For me anyway, I just love the variations that you can get. It's just limitless. And so today's session is a little bit more simple in terms of, I guess, patterns and things like that. So I'm not really using any found objects to create the prints and layered prints. I am just collecting colors, if that makes sense. Okay, so I have tons of jelly printed backgrounds in a variety of tints and shades and color combinations based off of my color palette. And so I'm just going to take a pause because I just need to let them breathe for a little bit. I am going to do other things with them. I might layer other jelly prints on top. I might do some mixed media stuff with them. So I'm just going to kind of let them breathe for a little bit. So those jelly prints in my fall palette, they have dried completely, and I went back and then played with them. So I like to do a lot of different things with them, like just going back and using stencils to create textures, to make more interesting papers for collage later. I added more paint to some of them. I collaged on some of them and then jelly printed on top of that, and also added other media like colored pencil.
So I wanted to also remind everyone before I go that Wanderlust 2026 is open for registration. There's an early bird special for $99, and this is a year-long mixed media course with 35 different teachers, including me. I'm going to be a guest teacher. And if you are looking for some new techniques, or you are craving creativity, or you need some guidance to maintain a practice, I can go on and on about this course. I took it in 2021, I took it in 2020 as well, and I just learned so much and loved it. So I'll link the information to that in the show notes so that you can peruse and take advantage of the early bird special. And last but not least, I had my paper paint play class this past Thursday, and we also created jelly prints in our color palettes. So we did something similar, and so I'm going to share some of their work and all the color combinations they came up with to create jelly prints for their fall journals. Have a great weekend.